Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How's it going? How's your week going? I hope everybody's doing okay. It is Wednesday, so mid-week. And actually, I forgot to check what the news schedule is like today, so let me double check that. Oh, we have meeting minutes this afternoon. That's 2 p.m. Fed member speaking at 1. Everything else is good to go. So, morning, Max, Will. Let's see, Greasy, David. Hey, guys, how's it going? Also, quick reminder, Apex is having 90% off sale with special pricing on the 150, 250, and 300K accounts. $39 for the eval and $95 PAs with $75 PAs on the smaller accounts, 25K, 50K, and 100K. So let's hop over to the charts here. Morning, Corey, Kid Poker. Hey, good to see you, Kid Poker. Hadn't seen you in a little while. John, good morning. Just bought 450K. Nice. Get those babies funded. Let's go. All right, let's hop to the daily chart here. We're a little bit congested, but let's see. Yesterday, this is where I was talking about when we were on, and I said I'm watching this weekly fair value gap down here. And we had, as you can see, like we've already traded through it a few times, right? So that's why yesterday, you know, we have these swing lows here, and I pretty much anticipated us going, if we're going to get down here, potentially getting down these swing lows through them. However, that weekly fair value gap held up nicely. I mean, you can see we went right to the midpoint of it and pulled back up there. So the question is always, when we have a daily fair value gap, like we have here, it's a little congested because I have all my other markings. But right here we have a daily fair value gap, okay? And so as we're pushing down and we hit a higher time frame imbalance like this, weekly fair value gap right here, I'm always watching to see, all right, is it going to hold right here and then bring us back up to the daily fair value gap that we did not touch yet? Or are we going to get through these lows and then try to make our way back up eventually? In this case, we hit right there, and this candle, yesterday's candle, is a bit indecisive, but it's a little more bullish with this long wick down. So now I'm kind of watching to see if, all right, are we going to make our way up to that daily fair value gap now? Although we did take, we'll see, there's a little bit conflicting information, but we did take yesterday's high already, and then now we're kind of right here in this midpoint. So now if I drop down to the 4-hour chart, we have still this big imbalance here, right? So we came up and hit that while sweeping yesterday's high. So we also left this imbalance right here that we're pretty close to now. So this area right here, I'm looking at this morning around that 24,800. Are we going to get through that? If we get through that, then I have some levels below. Or are we going to open here in the next 1 minute? Are we going to open and kind of like go into here and then make our way up? So let's go to even lower time frames and see. So now on the 1 hour, basically I have the same area of fair value gap here. So this area, and then we have the London range, of course. But so this area, I'm really watching to see if we get through it or not. And then if we go to the 15-minute, zoom out a little bit, and then come back in, we have Asia low down here, kind of some sell-side liquidity I'm looking at. There's an imbalance there still. But up here, I'm looking at this. So we do have this 15-minute fair value gap here. This candle up, taking these highs, and then immediately coming down. I'm looking at this as a potential bearish order block right here. And as you can see, it held up nicely right here, the bodies. Kind of wicked up here to hit previous day high and then displaced lower with this fair value gap. So now I'm like, okay, are we going to open and just get through? Are we going to get through this area? Or are we going to come up? And if we do, what do we do right here at this 15-minute fair value gap? Right around this 860 area. That's what I'm looking at now. This area and this 860 area. What do we do here? If we get through this pretty easily, I think we get down here to this Asia low and around the midpoint of yesterday. And it looks like we're just going straight through it right now. However, you got to be careful because, you know, if we have the open, if we have a little manipulation down, we could definitely see it come up. So I want to make sure that we are pretty clear through this area first before potentially looking at a short. So yeah, but like I said, if we get straight through this, I'm thinking we just could get down here to that 700 area and potentially further. So now let's go to the 1 minute here. We do have a opening range gap to the premium, which we already closed. So we opened here, we closed there. So we already traded straight through that opening range gap. So now if it is going to go up, it can. Like, it traded straight through that. So I'm going to be careful because these are higher time frame fair value gaps, imbalances. On the 1 minute, you got to be careful because it could just shoot down as a draw on liquidity and then try to make its way up. And I would be today a little more bullish than bearish, mainly because of what I'm seeing on that higher time frame of how we, and on the daily, how we came down into that weekly fair value gap right at the midpoint, and now we have a little bit of a bullish candle here, and we could see it come back up into that daily fair value gap, maybe. So, and you could even look at this wick, mark this wick as a discount wick, just to see in case we do come down a little further right there. So we'll see. Like I say, we're good, pretty clear on news today, so should be fine there. All right, let's see. Morning, Enrico. How's it going? We are still in this, like, I need it to be pretty solid of letting me know that it's going to go down through that area first before I really, you know, kind of say, yeah, let's go short. All right. Oop. I have one of my charts here. Oh, yeah. Let me update my little Apex flyer here real quick. Is that it? There we go. Morning, David. How's it going? Yeah, y'all. So, like, I didn't get to make that video last night that I said I wanted to make. I had some stuff come up that I was not anticipating, but I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to make that video tonight. And the video I'm talking about is I was going to make a video, like an Apex update video. And it's needed because obviously y'all know I am working with Apex. So I have correct information. Whereas, you know, a lot of affiliates that make videos about the nature of Apex and stuff like that, a lot of them will have the right information, but they won't know too deep about things that are happening. So obviously I can't go too deep into things, but at least I know I'll say all the correct information. So I want to give it like a little bit of an update of what you're going to see over the next couple weeks. And I'm telling you, if you are a legit trader and you focus on risk management, you're not like, you know, YOLOing max contracts, burning accounts, and, you know, getting violations on purpose to build cushion, which can't be done anymore, then you're going to really, really, really be happy with Apex here if you're not already, right? Because, you know, there's a lot of different perceptions going on. But you're going to really be like, all right, if you're not with Apex right now and you're a good trader and disciplined and we're working on your discipline and all that, yeah, it's about to get really nice. So, lots of good stuff. That's why I want to make the video. Just kind of give it a little bit of an update. Yeah. I guess he's not in chat today. YOLO Chris. Oh, there you are, Chris. YOLO Chris. Nah. All right, look at the bodies, okay? Look at the bodies. Look at the wicks and look at the bodies. The bodies tell the story and the wicks do the damage. So, like, I always try to think also about maybe what other type of traders are thinking. And just imagine if, like, well, we haven't taken this initial low, but some people might be looking at this and any of these wicks thinking we're going to break out, right? Like, oh, we're going to break out now. We're going to break out now. But they're not necessarily just reading it the same way with the bodies. Like, look at the bodies. This is that discount wick I marked, the high of it, which is the body on the daily chart that closed. So look how our body's right here closing at the body on that daily chart. Okay, and it's just wicking, wicking, wicking. And now look at this run right here. Boom, stop, Hunter. Like killing stops right there for anybody that tried to short underneath this. So like I kind of try to get in the other perspective of what might be being traded out there. Exactly, Will. Like, if you're trading the way, like, honestly, like, if you're trading like as if you had a live account, you should not have any problems with Apex's rules. Because if you had $1,000 in your live account, why would you want to risk in any trade more than $300? Like, that's even too much to me. Like, that means you have 3 trades and you're almost blowing your account. 3 trades on a brand new account. Like, that's terrible money management. Terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. And that's like the biggest rule. The other one's scaling. That's obvious, right? Why do you want to go so large? which they already have. Like even the amount you're allowed to trade is still probably too big. And then hedging. Come on, like that's pure. Like yes, maybe in real live cases, scenarios, live markets, there's a time and place for potential hedges, but not the way people do it on prop firms. They're literally one up, one down, or a variation of it, just to try to get some accounts to to be green and hit that payout. Because if you do the math, right, and you can have 20 accounts, even if you have 10, the math on how much you're paying and your risk per account, all you need to do is get one payout of the max amount, and like your ROI is pretty good. That's what sparked all that. And then you got a lot of affiliates talking about that. Oh, my ROI overall of my accounts, and actually affiliates were teaching how to build buffers by violating rules and stuff like that. And like that's all the times you see correspondence coming out about gaming the system. Like that's literally what it is. All right, here we go. Now, the next place I'm looking at, if this area is holding like it's looking like, if we do come up, I want to see us trade through this 15-minute fair value gap. Because for me, like I said, those were the two kind of crucial areas for me. Right in here and right here. So if we can get some displacement up through that, then I'd feel comfortable taking it up. I have a lot of targets up there, so. But the reason why I'm more bullish biased today. I'm overall still bearish, like in the grand scheme of things. But today I'm more bullish because of that daily fair value gap in the way it looked like on the daily chart that I mentioned. So anyways, and that's also another reason why I want to make that video is because, like, y'all should watch it, because in the next, here soon, you're going to see a lot of stuff coming up on X. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to see a lot of stuff, a lot of people saying stuff both ways. And just remember, like, Apex has now fixed it to where you basically can't game the system. And that's all it is. Like, if you're a business, if you're operating a business and you're seeing loopholes of how people are gaming your business, wouldn't you want to close them and actually have people do what they should be doing? Like, that's why I've always wanted to trade the right way, regardless of a prop firm, live account, anything. Because I want to be able to trade regardless of my environment. That's my biggest thing. Have a skill that nobody can take away from you, right? And doesn't matter where you're trading. You can do it all. All right, I want to see if we get this Bissy in here. We have a little volume imbalance, so I don't want to miss that. But I do like that we went straight up to rebalance this. I'm good with that. Now, we do have these imbalances here. So we might, and we have a 5-minute fair value gap up in there too. So we might experience a little bit of turbulence. But at this point, I don't see why we would stop here. So, especially with me being overall a little more bullish. However, we're not going to get that fair value gap. But that's actually fine because if I get one a little higher up, I'm good with that too. So just continue. I'll continue to play it with patience. I know why, Chris. It didn't show your good morning earlier because You're the king of tech issues. Sorry, that's a sensitive subject. I shouldn't joke about tech issues because they do suck. Like they really. That is the worst thing. If anything will drive me to spiraling out of control and tilt, it's a freaking tech issue. My God. Like, ugh. And I don't have many of them, but when I do, especially when you're trading good, like you're trading good, you're doing very well, you haven't broke discipline, like you're taking, B plus, A plus trades, and you're just like, yeah, this is going well, and then you get a stupid tech issue. All right. Let's see what the market's trying to do here. Didn't mean to move that. That's why I love TradingView. I accidentally do something. They got this little backup button, undo button. You just click it. All right, let's zoom out a little bit here. Oh, and I marked this buy side liquidity up here at 968.50 because if I go to the 15-minute chart, that's this wick high over here. Way over there. And let me go over there real quick. Because if you look at all these wicks, same thing. You have the bodies here. These are all like rejection wicks. And then you have this last little swing right here, right at the midpoint of this one, and it dropped. So then if I zoom out a little bit and I look at this high we left this morning, it's relatively equal to that high. So that's why I marked that up there. But now if we're looking here, like so I'm constantly watching the 15-minute chart. We have no displacement right now, like no potential fair value gap on the 15-minute. And we did pull back up into this one. And we're staying in the lower, like yes, we rebalanced it, but we still have, we do have 12 minutes left, but we'll see what we do from here. Was this down here to rebalance all of this imbalance, then bring it up here just to run it back down through since now it's rebalanced, or are we going to make it up? This is why I really like, especially when there's nothing, like when there's not something extremely obvious that I just like know we're going to go to. That's why I like to identify key areas and watch what happens there and really not do too much until it shows me what it's going to do at these key areas. And obviously, as you can see, this is a 4-hour fair value gap, a 1-hour one. And right here, this 15-minute fair value gap, there is another 1-hour one there as well. So I need it to show me, like, those are high time frame imbalances. The likelihood of it just opening and going straight through it and staying below it is not really high. That's why we wicked down, came back up, and we're just like struggling right in that area. So I'll keep watching. We'll see. And it may keep going down, but just got to have patience. I hate whenever I change the go between charts and I get these little data blip gaps or whatever. Refresh that. Luckily, TradingView refreshes in 2 seconds, and so like here we go. If we get a fair value gap right here, I'm not shorting that. Right? So like what I want it to do is show me the willingness to continue down. So if we do get a fair value gap here, come on. Then I'll want to see. What I'll want to happen is for this to hold up. So basically, if we come back to it, it doesn't have to come back to it. But if we do, I want to see it be respected and then continue down and maybe displace again with another one somewhere. Then I might consider shorting. But this fair value gap that we're going to get, that we just got now, this is a key one for me now. This 1 minute one. Because if we come up and invert it, well, we may be heading up. If we are going to be bearish, this should hold now. And if it doesn't, and then we do come back down and create another one, then we could be in some nasty market conditions where I might not want to be a part of it. Low blow. I just saw that, David. Man. Yeah. Ugh. All right, so now we're back up in this fair value gap, and it may hold, it may keep going down, but I do not want to be a part of it yet. It's 9:50 now, so we'll see. Is it going to deliver? Are we going to go down? Let's see. I have a feeling it's going to become an inversion and we're going to go up. Could be wrong. I just have a feeling based on my bullishness today. So we'll see. I'm not married to any bias, though. Like, if it doesn't create an inversion and it keeps displacing lower, I'm definitely going to go for a short. But I just leaning more toward my what I've been seeing here is leaning me more towards seeing if this thing becomes an inversion and looking for a long. What are we doing? What are we doing, NQ? Ooh, are we going to go and invert? Inversion coming? Still got 25 seconds. But looking like we're doing it. Yep. Here we go. Inversion. And we'll see if we get a Bissy in here. What I don't want to happen now that we have this inversion, I don't want to see it trade back underneath it and reclaim it, because then it's just going to be like, come on, is that what we're going to do today? I want to see it leave a Bissy here now. I don't take inversions. Otherwise, I'd probably go long off this inversion or look for an entry. Okay, we might get a little Bissy there. We got that little Bissy. I would have liked for it to take this swing high, but doesn't need to. I don't love that we're still kind of like back in this middle area, but I'm still going to look for a long if we do come back down to this. Or if we get another Bissy up in here, then I'll look for a long as well. So I'm going to get rid of that 15-minute fair value gap. And I'm going to wait and see if we pull back down here or if we're going to get a new Bissy up in here somewhere. And that'll be my entry if I get an entry. Now, we probably will get one, and we probably will come back to it because we have some more imbalances over here to the left. And we also have a 5-minute one. Pretty big 5-minute one in there as well. So I think there will be an entry for me. And I will be less inclined to move to break even quick because I do know we have some imbalances on the 5 minute. That could cause it to kind of oscillate a little bit. So let's see if we get this busy. See, that's what I was saying. Like, that would have been the inversion I would have looked to. If I took inversions, I would have looked for an entry there. And if you took an entry on it, hey, good job. You're in some nice profit. Or out by now. Hopefully this is not another day, runaway day. Having too many of those lately. But either way, I'm good. I'm good. We have a little bit of an imbalance forming here with a little fair value gap there. I don't want to, I want it to come back down to this one. This one's significant right here. Really prefer it to come down further. But let's see what we get here. Came right down to that volume imbalance. I may take it. Yeah, I'm going long there. It might. I'm gonna put my stop at the 1 minute fair value gap to have about a 20-point stop just in case if it does not keep going, and then I may look for an entry if it comes down lower. My target, I'm gonna go up to this buy side liquidity I had at 967 there. Because we have this lower fair value gap, I will likely move to break even faster. I know I said I wasn't going to, but that was before. That was on this lower one. Since we have this lower one that's untouched, I am going to go ahead and go to break even now. And let's see if we get there. Getting pretty close. Got pretty close. Hasn't made it up there quite yet. It very well could come back down, but let's see. Let's see if we go up to that buy side liquidity I had. If we get another Bissy in here, that'd be nice. Actually, I might go up. I'm going to try to get it up to this. See if we make it up to that daily fair value gap, and I'll just kind of chase it with my stop. If we hit this buy side liquidity, I'll throw my stop up there. The only thing I don't like is we had this Bissy way down there that we never touched. I want to see this one create. It might knock me out. Yeah, I'm probably going to get knocked out of this. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm just going to hang on to it here. 10 a.m. Hopefully it doesn't pull back at 10 a.m. I'm going to lock in a little profit here. Just because I need it. And that 10 a.m., I don't want it to like reverse or something at 10 a.m. here. I want to see if we can keep heading up. Like I said, if we do come up to this buy side liquidity, I'll throw my stop up there to lock in more. Just in case. I'm not very, like, I want it to take off, so I'm going to chase it up here a little bit. It's getting very close. Like, it's struggling right up there, so that's why I want to at least lock in something in case if it just wants to come back down into the yesterday's range for whatever reason. You know, sometimes when it gets in above those liquidity areas, it can kind of struggle or hesitate or even pull back. So yeah, see if we can chase it on up there. There we go. We hit that. Oh, it didn't get me. Dang it. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and close it. I'm good with that. It hit that, and I'm just not great at chasing with my stop, and it always comes back to bite me, so I'm just going to take my profit, and I'm good with that. I am definitely good with that day, with this trade. And like I said, like, yeah, it'll probably keep going up, but for whatever reason, like if I leave I'm just not good at chasing. That's why I always go to targets. And it's just, I don't know, just not good at chasing, trailing with my stop, because here's why. Here's one big reason why. Technically, if I was going to trail this is how you trail. I would have to go, like, we have this fair value gap right here, right? So we have not come back down into this fair value gap. What I could do is, since we've taken this high, I could put my stop underneath this and at least under this down close candle here. That gives it the room it needs, and you have to allow it to pull back into that area. But until you get, so now we got another fair value gap in here, and I wouldn't move my stop to this one yet because there's a high probability that it trades down into it. So if you move your stop under it, it'll probably get hit. So you still kind of have to be down here. And if it's already hit a level that I could have taken profit at, and it pulls all the way back and knocks me out somewhere, that's where I'm kind of like, dang it, I should have just taken my profit. So that's why I'm not really good at trailing like I should, because I'm like, I get to where, like, man, I'm telling you, this was 40 points. Yeah, 40 points a day is great. Like, you can make a lot of money. 40, 50, 60 points. So, like, I don't know. There's kind of my thoughts on that. I don't like taking partials, John, because I've done that, but kind of the same reason. Because my risk is the same, right? And let's say I had 2 minis here, or 3, whatever, and I take 2 off here and let 1 go. If it does come back down, I could have just made so much more if I would have just taken my profits. And the likelihood of it getting to my targets is usually pretty high. Like, it usually gets there. So, but many times once it hits my targets, it doesn't always keep going like it is right now. Like, many times it'll hit my target and it'll pull back or do something else. So, like, I have my very specific target, my window of opportunity I'm looking for, and I just need to take it. And that's it. So now we're getting very close to the midpoint of that daily fair value gap. Very close. So hey, but the nice thing, and I don't really care. Like, I don't care about really that. What I care about is my market read. It did what I was reading. The entry worked. The confirmation was there. The management was there. the taken profit was there, and I'm done for the day. And I made almost $9,000. So across all my accounts, my live account made $1,586. Like my personal live account. So like, you know, not a bad day. So, all right, all right. Man, it's going. Nice day, nice day. Great day. Anybody else get that? Get a piece of this long? I'm sure there's probably still some people in it. I know Chris is probably still in it. Chris, you still you trailing this? I know you're probably trailing it. Man, this thing from my entry is up 120 points now from my entry. But I don't look at that. I was taught from the very start of me trading is any run, as long as you can get at, like, you're looking to get, your goal is like a third of a run. And you're good. If you get more on some days, great. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's days where, and that's why I don't do it, because there's days, more often than not, it's not going to just run. So the days that it doesn't, and you keep a bigger stop like that, you're just going to get stopped out and miss unrealized profits that you could have had. That's why I don't do it. Nice, Chris. There you go, Will. Got your 60 points, and that was enough. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much knew it was going to go to that fair value gap, that daily fair value gap at that point. But y'all saw, like, I tried to throw my stop in there to trail a little bit, and it just popped down, and I was like, ah, crap. I just don't like giving back. I just hate giving back. That's just me. Everybody's personality is different, right? Everybody's personality is different. Some people are okay with it, pulling back, oscillating, whatever. So whatever you're the most comfortable with, do that. And that was my biggest thing too on this one, was this fair value gap down here. We already created this little bitty bissy right here and didn't touch it. So when we created this one with those 5-minute fair value gaps over here in this area, I thought we would definitely probably have a higher probability of pulling back into this one. We didn't, though. So that's why I like the 15-second confirmation, because I got to confirm on this one, and because I know of this one down here. That's why I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and play it a little safer, move to break even a little bit sooner than when I wanted to. Because like I was trying to say on this one, I was just going to leave my stop at my risk. And I really wasn't going to move. If we would have had an entry down here, I really wasn't going to move my stop to break even until, like, I don't know, till I got maybe 80% of the way to my whatever target I chose. Because I was just going to let that baby oscillate. Because I was very confident in it going up. And that's the thing. Like, on days when you're really confident in something, just accept your risk and just let it go. Yeah, this is a great trade. Beautiful trade. And today's analysis for me was all higher time frame. It's that daily chart and 4 hour and 1 hour. That's where everything came from. And then I'm just looking at the 15-minute 5 at 1 as the when to do something. So that's how you you really gotta have this like confluence between these time frames. Like, if you're forgetting to look at these higher time frames, you're not getting the full story. You're not getting the full picture. And that's what I keep talking about, is that even if my overall bias is one way, it doesn't mean I'm going to go that way. If my overall bias is short, that doesn't mean I'm going to take a short. So, good day, good day. We needed that. Needed that one. Let's see. I haven't looked at my accounts in a while. Today's Wednesday, so I'm going to check them out on this weekend and see where I stand. Obviously, I see what I made for the day. Oh, and by the way, when I showed this, I'm not using this affordable indicators copier. This is just the dashboard because I have it off. So I left it off, and these, I never even. Oh crap! You know what? I forgot to add my commissions in NinjaTrader to my new PAs. Oh well, I'll add that. So these are actually a little bit slightly lower, like this 510. Like these 497 will probably be like 490 or something, whatever the commission is. So I forgot to add that. But anyways, yeah, this is just the dashboard because I do like this view, and it's very smooth. But I used my Apex copier. Good job, Chris. Yeah, definitely, David. David said those daily wicks from the last 2 days were very telling, especially since it reclaimed the new week opening gap from November, and then the last 2 days were supported by the gap. Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff. Cool. Well, hey, fairly early day, right? This my entry was at 9:57. Got out at, was in it for about 4 minutes. Where's ICT? Maybe if I keep saying ICT, the YouTube algorithm will spawn him in. Nah, I don't know. I mean, that'd be cool for him to pop in and be like, hey, you're doing something right. But I'm not really too concerned about that because what I'm doing is working for me. And basically, one thing I did do is, when was it? What was he? Was it last year in 25 or 24? No, it was 24 when he was doing the 2024 mentorship. He was going live a lot, like almost every morning. And I would not watch his live. But what I would do is I would do my framework, do my trading, do everything. And then I'd go back and watch his live later in the day. And I would see if what I did, what my analysis was, like what I thought the market was going to do. Not the entries, because there's so many different entries, right? Entry models. But what did I think the market was going to do? Did it align with what he did, what he thought? And man, there was so many days where it started getting over and over and over, where I was just right on point with him. And I was like, yeah, that's a confidence builder. So I don't think he's not going live every single day anymore. But if you ever see days that he is live, I would recommend doing that, because that's a great little thing to do. Anyways, all right, y'all. Well, that's my day. I will be here tomorrow and Friday as well. So next week, I won't be here Thursday and Friday, though. We have 2 more tournaments left for basketball, our regional tournament, and then we have our nationals. So we'll see if we can go all the way this year. But next week is our regionals. So Thursday, Friday, I won't be live streaming. And then our nationals is not until mid-March. So yep. I'll remind y'all of that. But yeah, so be here tomorrow, though. And look out for that video. I will be making that video. I don't see any reason why I won't make that video tonight. But, just in case. So anyways, all right, y'all. I hope y'all had a great day. I had a good day. And if you're going to keep trading, as always, be patient, be disciplined. Take the Friday rule of don't do anything stupid and apply it to every day. and yeah, have a great day, everybody. As always, trade well. Take care.